Okay, I'm going to show my age a little bit in this video, and we're going to really get into the meat of the title. Back in my day, there was a time where gaming was just for nerds. It was just us nerds, just talking about games and having fun with games. Bringing the Game Pro magazine or the EGM magazine to school and talk about codes and different type of aspects of the Sega Genesis versus the Super Nintendo, the differences in those type of games. And there was a time where it was just exclusive to our little circle in the elementary and middle and high school area, so that was just us. And there were times there were females in that group as well, and that was one of the coolest things in the world, where females or actually knew what was going on in the gaming space. Now there wasn't that many, but there was a few. I would say back when I was in elementary, middle, and high school, there were maybe like 3 or 4 girls that actually played video games. And that's a lot when you go through all 12 years of, education when it comes to the public school system. But there were some there. Matter of fact, my wife is one of them. I mean, she was a big fan of RC Pro Am and Dr. Mario. I mean, I didn't know her back then, but she would tell me the stories about how she was one of the people that was a nerd when it came to video games. I mean, even I think it was the Adventures of Little Nemo, the Capcom game. She was a big fan of that, and it kind of struck me because I didn't know she knew that much. Nevertheless, going off in a tangent. Uh, Nowadays gaming is much more mainstream, and there's a lot of females in the space, and it is absolutely a great thing, to be honest, for the most part. Now you have these some females that are here, and it's not just exclusive to them. There are some males in the space that really bring bad energy to the world of gaming. Some of them come on to the stage just to stream and be an entertainer, just using games as a vessel to be an entertainer. Some of them use it to be activists. We talked about them when it comes I can't even say the name, Kotaku, or all the other situations going on with that. But you do have these streamers that are out there, and I'm not going to pick on this person. I'm not even going to put their name out there, but she put out a few things saying that she's not in a safe space, and this is one of the problems where I do miss where gaming was just us, because when it was just us, there weren't these people that were in the space, whether it be giving the negative or the bad energy to this particular streamer, or whatever, or she's giving out that bad energy by basically, I mean, if you know what I'm talking about, because it happened recently. If you don't know, basically she was complaining about men giving her, bad toxic vibes and saying certain slurs or whatever. But at the same time, she was kind of like sexualizing herself, because when she was talking, the closed caption was around her breast area. So you kind of know where this is going a little bit. Now, shout out to all the women who are gaming. I think most of them do a phenomenal job, the ones I run across. And it keeps the space where it is a place for us nerds to actually vibe and kick it. And it's really cool when you see these gamers that are real gamers, not saying that she's not, or whenever it comes to space where you got these guys out here doing the same thing. I'm not saying they're not real gamers, but they just come in bad faith for most of the time. And I'm not going to get into all the entire story of that person, because she did say some other things that was kind of egregious when it comes to babies and children, but that's another story for another day. I'm not going to get into that. But I just remember where there was a time where it was just us, and we just had fun playing games or whatever the case may be. I know the online scene kind of changed things, making games bigger and better for the mainstream and people who are not in the game, and they're trying to bring those people in, and that's cool. But even with us as nerds playing games online or offline, I'm just sorry, who don't want to hear this. I'm going to tell you the honest truth. This is a toxic environment, and whether if you think it's just men being toxic or women being toxic or whatever case, it's just a toxic environment. It's a highly competitive environment, especially online. And to this person who also said they missed the old COD days, ma'am or sir or anybody who feels this way, you don't know what it was like back in the old COD days. You go back to 2007, even further back then, before Call of Duty 4 Modern Warfare, even before you go back to OG Modern Warfare, it was a big deal when you're on in them lobbies. You got roasted, whether it had been about your sexuality, your sexual preference, your race. It doesn't matter. You got it. And in some cases, it's still that way. So this is probably one of the reasons why she's complaining. But look, this is just how men are. I mean, I'm not saying it's bad or whatever the case may be, but it's something that's not going to stop. I've seen kids as young as 12, 13 years old, get real toxic and violent online. I mean, they're keyboard and headset warriors for a reason. It is not going to it's not going to stop. But that's just a part about the nerdy side of online gaming. That's just what we do. Do I condone it? I mean, who am I to say that they shouldn't do it or whatever? They're behind their mics. They're behind the keyboards. I don't do it. I don't even play online anymore. And that's not one of the reasons, but it's just that I just don't have the time to play online and have my game hindered by other people. I like spending my own time playing my games, relaxing, chilling, have something to drink, and just play some music. I just chill when I'm playing my games. But you just got to understand that just comes with the territory. And I hate for it to be that way. And for men out here that, that's really, because some men are kind of like in a bad spot, because the men that white knight or they try to, protect women that are in this space, they get roasted too. And I mean, that's just how it is. And I don't know, like I said, I can't condone it. I mean, say I can't condone it. I mean, I don't condone it, but that's just the way it is. And, God forbid if, when this new this new college football 25 game comes out, it's going to be a nightmare if they have these party chats, these lobbies, because it's highly competitive. That's just what it is. So I don't know what to tell, her or any female that walks into the space, outside of just muting and blocking the person who are talking bad about you, or give it back to them, talk shit back, I mean, but other than that, I mean, that's just the way that we men have handled it in a place that people claim that it's a predominantly, men's, space. I mean, that's how we banter. That's how we argue. That's how we talk. It is like the cyber barbershop. It is the cyber locker room. That's just how it goes. And, any woman that knows that who brings their child to the barbershop, yeah, don't get me wrong. We do tamper down when a woman is in there, but you know what you're getting into when you go to the barbershop. That's just how we talk. And I mean, if you feel that that's a bad thing, I'm sorry. I apologize, but I mean, that's just the nature of how men are. It's not necessarily thinking that we are disrespectful to women or we don't like women or anything like that, because I know I'm 8 minutes in and I'm pretty sure people are probably going to take it that way. But I mean, that's just how it is. Me, unfortunately, I just don't have the stomach to be online gaming, period. Like I said, I may play some Insurgency, but even then, if I hear anybody out of the way, I usually mute them, or, I just don't even want to hear it, because I'm just not that type of person that want to hear disrespect anyway, whether it comes from male or female. That's just not how it is. But that's just how it is in this nerd space. I mean, we all nerds. I mean, I collect all these games, and people, build their PCs or get their consoles and they get their headsets on, and it is what it is. It's really, it's just a part of online gaming in general. I mean, to be honest, it's a part of being a streamer. I mean, it is what it is. But let me know what you guys think. Did I, push the envelope too much? You think I'm talking crazy? Please let me know in the comments or whatever the case may be. I appreciate everybody who has subscribed lately. You guys are awesome. Trying to get to 500, even up to 1,000, at least maybe by the end of the year. Hopefully that plays out. You guys are amazing, and thank you everybody who's been watching the live streams too. Absolutely great guy, feedback and viewership on the live streams. Thank you guys, and I'll see you guys on the next one. All right, y'all. I'm out. Peace.